Hello, trading is closed on March the 8th, 2021. We always start with our disclaimer. This is my prediction for March the 9th, 2021. Trade at your own risk as I can be completely wrong. Please follow the rules of my channel. My email is mejt.trades@gmail.com. The last call we made, well, first of all, this is the pattern with the early high, which we said, and tomorrow has early low. We said bulls had to clear Friday's high promptly or else it was real trouble, and they did. This is just to review what we said. Bulls need to clear it promptly. During the day, MEJT gave a buy signal that worked. In the afternoon, it gave an ultimate buy signal, which hasn't worked yet, and an ultimate sell signal, which clearly did. And it says this drop is false. It's calling for a retracement with targets of 38.7243, most likely by tomorrow, and 38.81.07 at some point. No time limit, but usually you don't have to wait long. Well, that's what it says, and I never quarrel with my system, but I think this is pretty weak action. Here we get all these new highs closed, not only under the highs, but also under the lows. It's possible to invalidate today's action by taking this high up promptly, and that's what MEJT says will happen at some point. It says these highs are going to fall. So my system surprised me a number of times. Maybe this will be one of them. Even though this looks weak, it says we're going up. But if we gap down, of course, it's off the table. And don't forget, when you are near major changes in trend, that's when these things fail to work. So I'm just reporting what it says. We'll see how we trade early on tomorrow. Now we did have a break through this trend line. If it isn't a false break, we should trade back under it before very long. We came pretty close. I know futures are up, but we're pretty close to going under the line. And if and when that happens, all you have to do is undercut this low for confirmation that we're going down. Of course, that hasn't happened yet, and if we just don't go back under the line, we have to make allowances for the call failing. It is possible to count this as a completion of a decline. I mean, you can count this as ABC with good fibs, then you can have an A and then an ABC with good fibs. So if you move up from here, at least you have an explanation. Doesn't mean it's the only count by a long shot. Tuesday's pattern has the early low. We could gap up. Typically, it's a rally day with a final hour high. More weakness should follow if it's a bearish day instead. There's a higher target. Unless we gap down smartly, I'm going to go with my system and favor it to print. This should be despite futures being up. Despite futures being up, such a gap down can't be ruled out because of the weak action at the close. You could argue we have a wall, futures are up. If we gap up, it doesn't break any rules. And tomorrow's pattern is usually a bullish day. So if we don't follow through, we do gap up instead, these could print. Just be aware there's a higher risk they won't than they are. Higher risk they won't print than there is if you're not so close to a major trend change here. All right, tomorrow has the early low. We have the targets, but if we gap down, they're off the table as far as time, but not price. And that's today's call.